Hi guys, just wanted to give you a quick overview of what we've been up to on the Mad Sci Guy site in terms of trying to put some structure around our content, in particular some of the recipe models. It is based off of the recipe models being deployed by Mesa. So here is the B2 MML and the batch ML schema files that we used. And essentially, what we tried to do is, and what should open up here is a document that we can take a look at. Okay, there's a few files in that zip file. We'll just focus on the general recipe, and then there's a materials one that's up in here as well. Material are the big ones, at least for us. You go into the general recipe, it'll start telling you a little bit about, the general structure that they're looking to build out with the higher level equipment independent recipes that can be classified as a general or site, process element library, and equipment requirement libraries that all feed into this process element. Process elements essentially are made up of process stage operations and actions. These are sort of the steps in the process that have certain parameters that are tied to it to drive a desired output in terms of the process based off of certain inputs. The material side of it is actually pretty cool as well. You'll see that the materials have a class, material class, a definition, material law, sublot concepts. There's even material test specifications on material properties, and then there's this whole evolution of that material properties into a material definition property and material class property. This, as you move from, this boundary condition here is sort of the actual from the abstract. So this is sort of your master data layer, and this is your actual data layer that is achieved. So what we did I think we did in the, get there. What we did in this recipe model is essentially that's the rep that we just went to. But we wanted to try to just put this into a framework that we can try to peel this apart and understand in a clickable way. What you're seeing here is that the recipe model, here's the three or the four highest levels, 1, 2, 3, 4, corresponding to those. So if you have a material definition library, click on that, and the material definition library should theoretically pull up. Voila, and now we can see that the material definition library is referencing now the material definitions as we discussed before. And you can see that links back is referenced from the SAD recipe model. So the way this is meant to work is just to help us get a framework around which this information is linked. And so it's enabling you to sort of dig into these various elements, understand how they're linked together, seeing that, okay, this particular process element parameter is linked to the process element and as well as the equipment independent recipe. And then you can see that that's linked to the process inputs and outputs. Inputs usually is your BOM, and the outputs are usually your what you're desiring to deliver. But you can see that the process input links to material definitions, which is really this whole other model, and that's really what we're trying to drive to in an understanding and an integration. So we'll continue to build this out. This is sort of more or less the ontological layer of what we're up to. Mesa offers the whole aspect in terms of you can get these in schema definitions. So I think it's the common one. Yeah, it'll get down into the details of how this information is related, specifically schema definitions and how, particular this material capability type is related to material class, definition, material lot ID, all that stuff is in that intrinsic model I've already shown you. So you sort of have to build it from the core out. But that's what we're trying to get done out here. So certainly would love your input and, let us know. Thank you very much. Over and out.